Is the law of attraction real or fake? Proof of mind over matter. In this video, I will prove if we can really alter things with the power of our minds. I will describe 2 experiments and provide documents and links to other videos so that you can do your own research. And in the end, I will provide you with an experiment that you can conduct on yourself to find if you can alter things in the real world with the power of your mind. You might have heard of these experiments before, but I suggest you to keep watching because all 3 experiments are actually connected to each other. Starting out on the law of attraction, we have a lot of doubts in our mind. Is it all fake? Are all these people making a fool of us? Does the law of attraction really work, or is it just some sort of hocus pocus? Can I really manifest things with the power of my mind? Let's see, shall we? One of the biggest mysteries in the world of quantum mechanics is the double slit experiment. Imagine you have 2 screens, and one of them have 2 slits open. When a wave passes through the slits, they diffuse and hit the second screen, forming a ripple-like pattern. But if solid objects pass through the slits, you'll see 2 straight lines of pattern forming on the other side of the screen, since solid objects cannot diffuse. Things start to get interesting when this experiment is done on an atomic level. Scientists conducted this same experiment by firing atoms through a screen with 2 slits, but the pattern on the second screen that forms is that of a wave. This does not make any sense since atoms are supposed to be solid. Maybe the atoms interfered with each other and caused this wave-like phenomena. So they slowed down the entire experiment and fired the atoms individually, piece by piece. Yet again, the pattern that forms on the other side of the screen is that of a wave. So in order to observe what exactly is happening on a molecular level, they placed a sensor which calculates the movement of these atoms to see what is going on. And to everyone's surprise, this time the pattern that forms on the second screen is 2 straight lines. This is quite confusing. So they removed the sensor and repeated the experiment once again. And alas, the pattern that forms this time is a wave. So what exactly is going on? Are these atoms solid? Or are these atoms energy? How does the result of this experiment vary when the atoms are being observed? It's almost as if these atoms are aware of our observations. Therefore, atoms react according to how we observe them. In the second experiment, the CIA released a document about a parapsychological experiment that was conducted from the year 1959 to 1987. Of 832 studies to find evidences whether consciousness can alter the outcome of random events. This experiment was conducted using a device called the Random Number Generator, or RNG in short, which would generate a sequence of numbers of 1s and 0s upon the press of a button. To simply put, participants were asked to influence the outcome of the device with only the intentions of their minds. First, they were asked to generate a number which included more 1s than 0s, and then they were asked to generate a number which included more 0s than 1s. And finally, a record was taken without the influence of the participants for a control measure. In most cases, the participants were able to influence the outcomes successfully, while the outcome was truly random when the participants had no involvement with the generator. I will provide a link to the document published by the CIA in the description below from the CIA's official website. This led to further investigations, from which they started the Global Consciousness Project, another huge experiment conducted worldwide with over 15 years of research which started at the year 1988. This experiment consisted of many RNG devices being placed all over the world and was observed whether or not we human beings have a collective impact upon these number generators. Turns out that every major event that occurred so far, the RNGs would generate values that were not so random, and the results had similarities all over the globe. Now, what did we learn from these experiments? The world we see isn't all that simple. The life around you, everything in it, the entire universe is made up of atoms. And these atoms are aware of whether you observe them or not, and they react upon how you observe them. You can manipulate the outcome of random events in your life, no matter how small, simply with the intention of your mind. You may have heard of the butterfly effect, how the movement of wind altered by the flick of a small butterfly's wing can cause a tornado in another part of the world. Small random events can trigger other big random events, like how a 5mm domino can push over another 5 meters tall domino. One can create such chain of events, that too with the intention of their mind. But can you? Can you, with the power of your mind, cause such changes in the world around you? That is where the third experiment comes in, which you can conduct upon yourself. Before I tell you about this experiment, if you enjoyed this video so far, consider leaving a like. For this experiment, you will need 3 things: a coin, a piece of paper or notebook, and a pen or pencil. First, make 2 columns. On one side of the column, write heads. On other side of the column, write tails. You must be relaxed while conducting this experiment, so find a comfortable spot, relax, and take a deep breath. Close your eyes and visualize flipping the coin into the air, and the outcome is heads. Once you have visualized, toss the coin. If you land the heads, put a tick mark on the head side of the column. If you land the tails, put a cross on the head side of the column. Repeat this 10 times and write the outcome of every single flip. Once you are done with the heads, take a break. Go on about your day and forget about this experiment. After a while have passed, come back to your experiment and this time visualize landing a tails. And as you toss the coin, just like previously, if you land the tails, put a tick mark on the tail side of the column. And if you land the heads, put a cross. Do this 10 times. After you're done, count the results of your experiment. If you have more ticks than crosses, you successfully influence the outcome of the coin. Mathematically and scientifically, the outcomes are supposed to be exactly 50-50. That is what probability tells us. But if you could tip the results of this outcome according to your desire, know that you can influence random events in your life with the simple intention of your mind. Such is the power of visualization. Even if there are 11 ticks and 9 crosses, it means that you can alter the results with just the power of your mind. Hopefully by now, all your doubts about whether the law is real or not, whether it works or not, whether you can make changes in your life with the power of your mind should be clear. If you know anyone who has doubts in their minds and argue that we cannot influence objects with the power of our mind, you can show them this video. I created this channel to share my spiritual journey and teach people about the law of attraction. Eventually, I wish to gather a small group of people who, with collective consciousness, like the Global Consciousness Project, can attain a massive spiritual awakening and manifest our desires much more efficiently and effortlessly. I will talk more about it on further videos. If you want to be a part of this journey, subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions about the law of attraction, feel free to ask in the comments. I promise I will get back to every single one of you. Happiness and a peaceful life is on your way, only if you're willing to welcome it. I welcome you on this spiritual journey and I wish you good luck. Take care and have a great day.